want you to take that outside and put it on the concrete bench. And I was like, it's unplugged. It's away from the power source. And she said, what about the night-long embers? I don't even know what that means. But in her mind, it could reignite and burn the house down.
It's not the night-long embers.
The night-long ember is what gets the night-long part of it. Can't just be a regular ember.
No, it's got to be night, because it would burn all the night long. That was what...
Your mom sounds pretty cool.
I'm going to be honest. I really can't believe that you're actually here. This is a big deal.
It's a big moment.
It's a very big deal.
You
and
have no idea.
I apologize for John Burt. But take this, his bizarre attire, take that as a blessing, because normally when we have guests, he dresses up in a full-blown costume.
Well, maybe I should feel like I got the shaft then, because I didn't get that type of reception.
I'm nervous being around you.
Oh.
It's a girl. I thought I was stupid.
I think you'll be all right.
Okay.
So this is not the first time you've met Jessica.
That's true.
No, but I was in disguise.
You were dressed up that
is
time.
True. He was Irish.
So you were dressed up as the Irish guy. What do we call it? I forget. You were John the Irish.
Johnny O'Carroll.
Johnny O'Carroll, that's what it was.
That's fitting.
And so it was weird for me, and this is weird for me, because it's like the
Two worlds are merging?
Yes.
You
got my former producer and then my current producer, and y'all both have your own unique... Oh, God, here we go already.
I feel like we should arm wrestle or something to see who's better.
Arm wrestle.
That didn't last long. It's you both have your own unique, what did I say, skill set maybe? Personalities,
yes.
A lot of different things. And so I wasn't sure how this was going to go with my two worlds colliding, but it seems to be going good
Still
so
not
far.
sure, yeah.
No.
Time will tell.
I'm sorry.
What do you think about the studio? You like it?
I think it's amazing, yeah.
Expectations higher or lower than what you had?
I think it pretty much met my expectations, to be honest,
Really?
which is rare. Usually you got like a mental picture in your mind, and then you walk in, you're like, oh, not what I expected. This is it's legit. That's pretty much what I expected, yeah.
Usually people have expectations that are down here, and then we exceed those when they come in.
I should have said
Yeah,
that
you should have
instead.
said
I'm
the
sorry.
other
Oh,
one.
this totally exceeded my expectations. You have no idea. It's amazing. It really
Well,
is.
most podcast studios are like in a bedroom or like in a very small confined space.
In Jerry's basement.
Yeah, in
I
Jerry's
understand.
basement. We have a lot more room up here.
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of equipment occupying all this room.
It's very
but
spacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've had a lot of fun with this. So how have you been? Because I haven't, we don't see each other.
I
We
know.
rarely talk. Like,
Right.
what's life like at this moment?
Life is good. I'm almost an empty nester. I've got a senior in college and a senior in high school. Wow. So she's soon to move out, and then it'll just be mama.
Do you know how crazy it's going to be for people watching this that usually listen to me and you on the radio to know McKaylee is
17.
A senior?
17. Yeah, she's crushing it a lot.
That's
like she's
nuts.
Oh, you have no idea. I mean, think about how I feel living it. It's great. It's great. But
She
it's
a good
awful.
kid though? She's not getting in trouble?
If I could clone her and then hand her out to every parent, I would. If I wasn't her parent, I would choose to hang out with her. She is the most amazing human being I've ever met in my entire life. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased. She's amazing.
What do you think happened?
Nothing to do with me. I have no idea. I don't know. It was an act of God, I think, because it had nothing to do with me. She's great. And, she's a St. Jude's patient. She's a brain cancer survivor.
Right.
And so, like, her whole plan in life, and she'll do it because she's amazing. She wants to study to become a teacher, and then she's going to go back to St. Jude's and be a teacher for the kids that are inpatient there. Tell me that's... Come on.
Yes,
amazing.
indeed.
Right. So to be a parent and be able to say that about your kid, she's winning at life.
That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we all as parents want. Like we want our kids to ultimately be successful.
Sure.
Or more successful than we were. And part of that's like we want to live off you when we're older, but you know.
Please make some money.
I'm celebrating. My son got out of prison.
Good.
that is so
probation.
Good. Oh, good.
Great.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So I mean, he's got to wear the ankle bracelet for a while,
okay.
but
But that's okay. There's hope, because I don't know if you've ever seen that Netflix show Inventing Anna. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. Well, she bamboozled a whole bunch of people out of money, and so she went to prison. But she's actually going to be starring on Dancing with the Stars with her ankle bracelet on.
Nice.
So there's always hope, is all I'm saying.
I feel bad now. She did something positive, and I'm lying. It was a joke. I feel horrible. My God. See, this is horrible. I'm leaving. This is awful.
I thought you were I was trying to encourage you.
I know.
Oh, okay.
No, his
God,
kid's
I'm so horrible.
Oh, I'm so
his
sorry.
kid's got a good job and is going to the University of Alabama.
Oh, well, okay.
Without an ankle bracelet.
If he ever does get an ankle bracelet, you can hold on to that story for encouragement.
I'll get him one for Christmas.
There you go. That's so good. Love that.
He's a good kid. John Bird did a good job as well. And so hopefully mine will turn out all right.
You got to let it percolate. It'll happen.
The teenage stuff, man, it's too
terrible.
much.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's too much because you go from being their best friend,
Right.
and then teenage years come along and they're like, screw you, buddy.
So I have a story. Can I tell it?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
That's why we brought you here to tell stories.
Listen, my son, who's 21 now, is going to murder me. But he's not going to hear this.
No.
So he was in his teenage years. Both of my kids are really good kids, but he went through a little bit more of a rebellious stage. My daughter never went through that. I'm blessed. And so there was a time where I found a vape. And I don't know anything about vapes or whatever. So I found it, and I guess some of the liquid had come out of the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
And it had these beads attached to it. And I was like, what is this? What is this new finagle things these kids are? So I'm Googling it. He's still asleep. Me and my daughter, we're trying to figure it out. I take some of the beads, I put it in a spoon, and I put a lighter underneath it. I saw, I saw that intervention once, and I thought, I don't know what this is, but I can see. And so finally, I've done all the research I can. I'm convinced that there's some type of drug activity going on. So I wake him up, and I'm like, we're going to talk, and you're going to tell me the honest truth about what's going on. And he looks like white as a sheet, just coming out of a blissful night's sleep. And I said, I want you to tell me what this is. He said, it's just a vape. I said, it's not just a vape. What are these beads? And he said, I don't know what that is. And I said, I don't believe you. And I don't vape, and I never have, but I'm going to vape until you are honest with me. So if I fall out here because I overdosed, it's going to be on you. Well, Mama don't play. And so, of course, I vape, and then I just start coughing because it's not and finally I realized nothing is happening.
Right.
And then my daughter runs in and she said, it was a hacky sack. So apparently a hacky sack had broken out in his bag, and the beads from the hacky sack had attached itself.
Oh, wow.
So there I am vaping plastic beads as my child is watching me in horror.
Inhaling the old hacky sack.
Well, it's what you do as a parent. You
Don't do hacky sack.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Well, I can imagine, obviously I vape, but I'm like, if I saw beads in my vape, I'd be concerned as well.
Thank you. And here's the thing. As a parent, you always think you'll be as equipped as you need to be, but things keep changing. So I don't know what the kids are doing these days. They say things like, that slaps, which don't look at me like right. I felt just as dumb saying it. So I can't keep up with whatever it is that's cool and rebellious. So I'm trying to educate myself.
Well, if you think about it, we've got all these things where we can track these kids and you can see how fast they're driving and all this other stuff. But it's still there's new obstacles compared to what our parents had with us.
That's
you can't, it would be easy. And I think most people over time in past generations did this. They just raise their kids or raise us the way their parents raised them.
Right.
You can't do that anymore.
Oh, that's out the door.
No.
That's not even,
You got to come up with a whole new plan.
It's not even an option. It's just my kids ask me questions that I never even considered. And I'm like, I don't know how to tell you. I mean, these
Google
are not
it,
things
bruh.
that we faced when we were teenagers. So I just, sometimes you don't have the answers. And I've learned that just has to be okay. But yeah, I once smoked a hacky sack.
That's nice.
Yeah, smoking a hacky sack or vaping, it's not a good idea. You
Two
need to
totally
find,
different things.
You got to find a vape expert every time you come.
Oh, is that
across-
right?
You go to Vapor Forge, you go to Tony's store, you are not going to get hacky sacks in your vape.
Hacky
Definitely
sacks
not.
are whack.
Not at all.
Whack.
I can't believe you cooked it on a spoon, but hey, listen, it was good as a mother for you to do that to make sure. It was like the next thing you know, she's got a needle in there and she's pulling it up, and I'm like, whoa, it's just a hacky sack.
And he wasn't even up to witness that part of it. He was told later, but now it's like an ongoing joke of like, do you remember that time? So I'm kind of glad it happened.
She's like, son, if you're not honest with me, I'm about to shoot this up right in front of you. Mom, don't do it. It's just a hacky sack. I don't believe you. Then it's over with. We have, it's weird. I was about to say we have a long history, but we really don't in radio. We were together 2 years.
Oh, I thought it was 4.
It was only 2 years, and it felt like a lifetime.
Eternity.
We started together in the summer of 2016, which was a cool time to start, like right as Trump's getting ready to become president.
Yeah.
And then ended at the end of 2018, so
Okay.
almost 2.5 years. But it felt like we were together for a lifetime. And
It
everybody
really did.
loved our show.
Yeah,
Absolutely
those were the
loved
days.
it.
Those were the days. And we used to really get into it off air, which was interesting because I don't think we would
Not
now.
a lot, but we were
Well, we
like,
shared an office.
it was like brother and sister
That's
fighting.
exactly what it was like. And Andrew, I don't know if you're still like this, but he loved, like, I don't even know what you would classify. It was like Korean pop music. I don't know if you're still into that. Is
Baby
that
metal, yeah.
Yeah,
Baby metal.
I make him
yeah.
play it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
I'll
And
go on
that
it.
was a questionable choice. And so because we shared an office, I was forced to listen to whatever he was interested in. And I thought I was going to lose my mind.
It
But
wasn't just that she had to listen to it. I had speakers and a subwoofer hooked up to
God.
the computer.
It
So,
was- you have
and we
no
were in a
idea.
soundproof office, so I could turn it up as loud as I wanted.
so bad. So bad.
Then there was that one time we did the one chip challenge. I'm sure you still remember
Oh,
that.
never forget. How could I forget?
That was maybe one of our finer moments.
I think it's gotten a lot of play on YouTube. That
Has
was
it?
kind of it kind of surprised me because it was
checked.
that was a memory. That was
Well, and since then, I've almost killed several people with hot stuff. I actually grow my own peppers now. I've got Carolina Reaper
You're a
peppers.
gardener?
Yes, I am.
much is
Well, when they say gardener, it's more like a redneck. Like I got some pots out in my driveway.
It doesn't matter. It's still growing something and it's alive.
Yeah, it's actually doing very well. So I got Carolina Reapers and ghost peppers.
Nice.
And I got a couple basil plants, but only because somebody gave them to me and I felt obligated to grow them.
That's fair.
So, but I'm sure they'll come in handy at some point.
Sure.
John Bird has been forced to eat hot stuff, which didn't transpire very well. But the main one was when this is after you and I split up, I was filling in at the station, and AJ committed to doing the chip challenge, the one chip challenge.
It's a mistake, yeah.
And once he did that, once he ate it, I mean, AJ's a sweater, first of all. He
I could
sweats
see
a
that.
lot.
I could see that. He looks dewy.
And he starts doing it up.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
yeah.
pouring buckets, and
The pores
finally,
are overactive.
I can see him start to pull his shirt up. And
Oh,
then
wow.
another producer's passing the hall. He grabs them, puts them behind the board. Again, I'm filling in for Leland, and I'm in the process of killing his producer. And so he puts the new guy on the board. He runs out of the room, and then I don't see him for the rest of the day. He ends up stripping down in one of the other studios and trying
gosh.
to save his own
cool
life.
off.
He almost
Yes.
died.
He almost died because we didn't have any milk.
I don't
All we
think
had
that
was
helpful though.
we had an expired honey bun.
That'll
and
help.
that was all I was able to give
What he
him.
needed was the bread. And I don't know if you remember this, but you were all about, I got to have milk. And I don't know how much that really helped. I was stuffing bread in my cheeks. And I think that was probably the best solution because it really helped to absorb the chili pepper effect.
Well, I put a highlight reel together of our one chip challenge. You want to
Oh,
see
who
it?
doesn't want to see that?
Nice.
Let's relive that memory.
Nice.
Come on.
Let's look and see what Jessica and I used to look like. I guess this was, what year do you think it was? 2016, 2017 this happened?
Yeah, probably so. That was a long time ago.
I'm a little chubbier. You got a wild haircut going on.
Oh, I can't even.
I don't know.
What
Yeah,
is-
just start it and let's pause. Start it and pause it, and let's just analyze what we look like real quick.
Oh, gosh.
All right, pause it. Look. What would you like to explain that haircut? By the way?
Gosh.
Look at that look.
I have no explanation for that. Why?
That's better.
What do you
Just
think?
Well, so what's interesting is I don't know why I did that, but I remember. Do you remember Brittany Day? She was one of our coworkers, and she once came up to me. It was around this time, and she said, "Did you get your hair cut again?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Okay." And then she turned around and left. And I was like, "What does that mean?" Now I know what that meant.
You know what
I like
that
the little
means.
curly cues. It's like a 5-year-old treat your hair.
So bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It almost looks like, I don't know.
It's not a good look.
It's kind of cliche to say it's a speak to
Soccer
the manager
mom.
deal,
Oh.
but it's it's almost something you would get on like a action figure or doll or something. You
I
know,
can see that. Yeah.
it's very in place. Like you did good
it's
putting it
not
together.
moving. Yeah, there's a lot of hairspray involved in that. That is, wow.
To me, it just looks like a businesswoman. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't. I think that's what I know.
She
is that
was,
I was
not.
out of control. Yeah, I know me well enough to know I wasn't living up to whatever image that is.
We were both out of control.
We were.
All right, so here's just I guess it's just a couple of minutes of the one chip challenge that we did. If we can get it started.
Here we
There we
go.
go.
I'm like shaking. I'm so nervous.
No, I am too. Pick up your chip.
And you were so bossy.
I was really bossy. I'm not like that anymore.
Just eat it.
People would say something. They'd be like, "Why is she so bossy?"
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of a jerk.
We've had to half hours, so I guess we're not eating the full chip. Here we go. You ready?
1,
We did such a small
2.
piece too.
3.
Oh, I missed. That's embarrassing. It wasn't super bad at first until it was.
It's not really that good of a chip.
Yeah, I remember it being kind of stale.
It's coming. The heat is coming. There it is.
Very impressive.
There it is.
No milk, no ice cream,
No.
nothing.
No. No, no, no.
That was Satan.
I
This
felt
is the same thing
I felt
Herb
angry.
gets that when he put the acid in his eye.
No. I got it. No.
Gatorade's
That's
not
a
going to
mistake.
help.
That's a mistake.
Yeah.
Interesting
It
choice.
just reactivates.
Frost, I believe.
Yeah, it's the white frost. Glacier
I
frost.
can't talk.
Oh my god.
That's a first.
Yeah.
Ha.
We immediately regretted it.
No.
Oh, here's,
Oh.
that's the bread.
Yeah, here comes the bread.
Why? Why?
And as people are walking by in the office, like this is a very
Just a normal
professional
day,
setting.
right?
Oh.
It's just getting worse.
And we didn't tell anybody about it because we didn't want anybody bothering us.
Right.
I'm just shaking.
Eat the bread. Why?
Oh.
Why is it getting worse?
Two things: why and eat the bread.
Yeah. Now, when I start stuffing it up under the
Eat
top
the
lip,
bread.
And actually, I don't want the bread. You touched it with your.
Eat the bread. No.
As you can see, it didn't get better.
No.
can we skip forward to the bread that's shoved?
Okay.
No, it's coming.
Oh, okay.
It's coming.
Ha.
Oh, you're drinking straight out of the gallon. That's a choice. Look
Yeah,
at that.
I wasn't going to share it.
That's the way a man does it.
Oh god.
The milk really does help, though. It really
Just
does.
so much. I'm lactose intolerant, so I couldn't.
Yeah, I got sick
Every
after
time you
that.
breathe,
Yeah.
every time you breathe,
It was like a new phase.
Holy moly!
it's in my adenoids.
I almost said a cuss word.
That's only helping so much.
Eat the bread.
Me and my servants are. I was trying so hard to help.
Why? Don't rub.
And you've got these little bitty,
Don't
like,
rub.
pre-made pieces of bread, too.
I
Like,
think they were bagels. I don't even think it was just bread.
No.
This is. Where's the rest of those napkins?
Even the snot
my
is
God.
spicy. Swallow it. Even the snot. As it drains down the back of your throat.
Just
Oh
spit
my
it
God,
out.
y'all.
Gosh.
no, why,
will
and eat the
never-
bread.
Yeah.
In my life, do this again. I will never. It's not stopping, y'all. It's not stopping.
Never do
Swish.
this again. Right.
It's in my throat.
Yeah, get it
See
in
how
the
that
switch.
worked out.
It's round 3. Round 3. Why?
Wow.
No.
So country.
Holy.
No. How is it still that hot?
You're gonna overdose on the bread.
I know. I feel the carb overload.
Pack the rope. Get some bread and pack it in your mouth.
Oh, here we go. This is my favorite part.
Pack it in.
Pack it in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, pack it in your cheeks.
Oh, you
Let it
actually-
absorb. Get it in there.
Oh, I did take some.
There it is.
Oh gosh!
Natural.
My God, she's allergic.
Stop! It hurts to laugh.
Poor thing.
She looks like the Grinch.
Yeah.
Eyes
Like
are
a Who
burning.
from
Did I
Whoville.
touch my eyes?
I'm doing it again. It's a bad look.
Well, you're cramming
oh
it
my
in there.
gosh!
And with that haircut,
Oh, it's
Oh, you're good. That doesn't look weird at all.
Cindy Lou
It
Who.
looks weird, but it feels so
I mean,
good.
you look like Grinch, but
it looks weird, but it feels so good.
I've got a piece hanging down.
it looks perfectly. I mean, if it helps,
I've got something stuck up underneath there,
I would say so.
and that bread.
oh gosh!
Oh,
Tony, get a screenshot of that.
That's going on the cover
Right
photo
there.
of this video.
The bread under your lip. It helps. It starts to absorb.
Oh gosh!
Oh,
I don't care.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
y'all don't
don't listen. Just don't. And you know, point B,
this is where I'm getting
Don't do
sick
it
on the
work.
milk, but I'm still drinking it.
or before lunch, because now my lunch has been ruined. Now I can't feel my tongue. I can't. This is real concerning.
I think I'm gonna puke from all this milk.
Okay, well that's probably a good time for us to wrap this up then.
Whoa.
Oh,
Here he goes. Hiroshima.
okay. I think we all know what's happening now.
Okay, and then I don't know what happened after that, but that was brutal. It really was.
It was actually worse. I remember that. It was worse than I thought it was going to be. Like, I was truly miserable. And then the rest of the day, it affected me. Like, I was never okay. I had to, like, sleep it off.
because we used to do like a Facebook Live video after.
And I was always
Or no, it was before every
before
show.
the show, and I was always so irritable about it. I don't even know why. I was just like kind of a pill to be around back then.
You were, but it was fun. You were a fun pill.
Well, I feel like
Which
I've
is
become like a different person now. Like I'm so joyful. I can't
Well,
imagine.
I will say that because you came in here kind of hot, like you were fired up. I was like, oh, she took a double dose of Adderall or something.
No. I'm
Is that just you 24/7 now?
Yes. Oh,
Wow.
Energizer Bunny. Yeah, that's me. So this person, like, I almost can't relate to her. She's got like a. I
Oh, here's
remember the guy that called in once and said that the way that I talked on the radio, it sounded like I was dead inside. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, and that was yeah. Well, and it was very accurate. It was very. I had no animation in my voice. If you go back and listen, I was like, I really like it. It sounds good. Like there was no inflection.
Is that pre-Adderall?
What is y'all's obsession with Adderall?
Which is you just
Coming up on the show.
I'm like, you got a lot of
Nobody
Adderall.
said anything about Adderall.
Well, I'm a long-time Adderall guy. Like 25 years.
Okay, that's fair.
Waiting on you to start heating up Adderall in a spoon. I don't know. I'm just curious.
Oh, man.
Here's actually another video. We'll just watch a minute of this. But this was. Do you remember
Is this the rooster? No. Okay, it's not.
This was a trip. Did we go to Billy Mitchell Jewelry and we stopped by the Dutch Oven, the Amish place?
The
Do you
Dutch
remember
Oven?
that?
Yeah, well, we did.
I
yeah.
want to. Yeah, it's
I think you
actually
got
called
some
the Dutch
peanut
Oven.
butter.
I got to take you there. You'd love that place.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very natural.
You know what a Dutch oven is, right?
I do. Yeah, we
Okay,
don't
just
need
making
to-
sure.
I'm good.
I
I've
was
got
gonna
kids.
say we can Google it
I'm
or
good.
whatever.
Yeah, no.
So this will just highlight the relationship that Jessica and I had and how we interacted together. Like what you see on this video is indicative of what we would sound like on the radio.
That's true.
I think this paints the perfect picture.
Okay.
Hey now.
Looks like it's, there we go.
You know, they should really ask you when you accidentally hit the button on, ending the video if you're sure you want to do that, but they don't. They just end the video.
You mean like a confirm this decision?
Right.
Dude,
So here's the second
stop.
one.
Every time I get over, this guy gets over behind me, and it's just irritating. And he's
Notice
going
you-
faster than I am.
Why are you
Also
caressing the
chicken
He was
bread?
solid. Well, I think he left. The last time we went up this hill and we did a live video, the phone fell. So I'm just giving you a heads up. That's a good memory for you. Anyways, we had a lot of fun.
Size
at
of that
Billy
fade.
Mitchell. We talked some stories.
Well, don't worry about that.
Oh.
We're going to talk about what I just got at the Amish store.
Yeah, it's not important to talk about Billy Mitchell. Let's talk about Andrew's bread.
Jalapeno cheese bread. First of all.
The phone's gonna fall.
Second of all. Second of all.
No
Fudge.
seat belt.
Straight from the Dutch oven.
And no seatbelt.
Very excited to see how that turns out. I'm gonna put it on the dash.
Are you wearing your
warm it up a
seatbelt?
little bit from the sunlight.
It's under my armpit.
Also,
Is that normal? You usually do that?
Jessica's got my
Not
sandwich
anymore.
between her legs. I
Listen,
guess she
that
thinks
is-
she's keeping it warm.
No, that's not true. Whoa. No.
I think it's good.
Okay. I
It's
feel,
just when you punch the gas.
Well, I have
if
to.
you will,
Listen, we're on a hill.
We're like an old married couple,
I know.
just complaining the whole time.
get in the smooth lane.
Well, listen.
Jeez Louise.
So
And
that
then number
wind.
667, order number 667 at the Dutch oven, right here, baby. See this sandwich? They
I like
let
how you
fill out a
leaned in
card
so you
Well,
can see
nobody
it
can
better.
see it.
to make your order, so you don't have to tell them, and they end up screwing it up or whatever. You write it down, so then you got proof. If they get it wrong, that you ordered the right thing.
Jeez, what are you guys on,
Lord.
65 or something?
Told you to
It
get in the
was-
smooth lane.
There was no
Bread.
smooth lane.
On sandwich, roast beef, and turkey breast cake.
Look how entertained she is in this video.
Always.
Cheddar.
Okay, it's enough of
The
that.
picture of joy right there.
Look at, just look at your
yeah.
face.
Screenshot,
Look at your
screenshot.
face.
Just,
Oh my
yeah. So tickled.
Screenshot.
Look at me. Overjoyed. Just overjoyed. God, I don't know how you worked with me. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
We were just, I mean, we had so much fun. And we didn't really go on that many adventures like this, but we went on a handful of them.
Yeah. Do you remember the Kraken?
The Kraken.
We did a mud run at one of our advertisers. It was like a farm. And you don't remember this? And
Yeah, I
like
do, I
your
do.
pants kept like
Yeah.
falling down a little bit in the back.
We've actually got video of that.
released the Kraken. Oh.
No, you remember the video you put together?
Of course I do.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
actually got video of
Oh,
that.
Oh,
look at
nice.
that.
Listen, when I tell you that this is producer extraordinaire, I'm telling you, like, he's the best of the best.
Okay.
I mean, for podcasts.
Well, with
gonna
all
say,
you guys in the
careful.
room, I'm like producer 2.5, I guess, or
Careful.
something.
Careful.
That's true. We got 3 producers in this room. All right. So the little backstory: Billy Mitchell Jewelry, which I still talk to those guys from time to time.
Okay.
They owned a jewelry store that was out in the middle of nowhere,
Like Moulton, Alabama.
which is bizarre because you're like, well, how do you get people to come out here? But they provide such a good service, people would drive out there, and they had a lot of land. And once a year, I guess, they would create a track for a mud run with all these
cool.
different obstacles and everything else. And they kept harassing us. They were like, y'all should do the mud run. And I'm like, dude, there's no way, because I'm like out of shape. I'm not at my heaviest, but I'm somewhere in that region. And I was like, I will die if I attempt to do that. And they're like, come on, man. And at that point, I just say, okay, it's for the show.
Yeah.
You know, most of us in the business, we ultimately say, if it's for the show, we'll do it.
Anything for the show. That's
Anything
my
for the
motto.
show.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so we did it. And Jessica and I raced each other
We did.
on the.
Who won?
Well, it's a mystery.
You gotta watch this to find out.
Ah, there we go.
So here's the edited or the final product of the mud run. The Line presents.
Oh, is this my handiwork? Yes, it is. That's iMovie.
Why didn't you put some music behind that?
Who knows? I guess I
I was
didn't.
going to say, I got the volume on.
Yeah.
There we go. 2, 1.
That's horrible.
Is there a music copyright to that? Or-
I think you can just turn it down
I
some.
think it's an iMovie
yeah.
soundtrack, which
That should be good.
Okay.
I remember that.
She's
oh,
killing
that
you,
was a
man.
mistake.
Look, I was so scared at this point. I was like,
Yeah, but you kept
I'm-
going. You kept going.
I'm gonna hurt
Look
myself.
at you. And look at that. So graceful.
And I sink.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I had a full metal
Wait for
Face
it. It's going to
plant.
happen.
Oh, man.
We got one more time, I think.
Full metal jacket
And
scene or
he's down.
something.
Can I explain what was happening there? I had to borrow some shoes, and my cousin gave me shoes that had no tread on the bottom whatsoever. There was nothing. They were flat.
What? Oh, God.
You're wearing a Hillary shirt?
It says Hillary for prison.
Prison.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, bless it.
Oh,
no. Oh, no. This is worse than I
Crack in
remember.
this video.
Oh, gosh.
So, yeah. We're about, what, quarter of the way through? Not even
Something
that.
like that, yeah.
Nice.
What a weak spit that was.
To say the least.
And it's muddy. I've picked up about 13 pounds here.
Oh, my gosh.
They said this is the muddiest it's ever been,
Yeah.
at least in a while. And I've fallen at least 4 times, probably 12,
Yeah, the crack has been exposed at least twice.
at least twice.
Which, really appreciate that.
And this guy's next. So,
Yeah, I'm pumped. How you feeling about this? Huh? You excited? You ready?
Come on, Andrew, you can do it.
So this is where you got released the Kraken. This is my crack.
I remember this.
Look, I can't even get up on the
But
second
now
one.
you could.
I could now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And look at me looking at you like, whatever. Just
I'm scared of heights. I remember this because I was petrified.
at this point, I'm scared to get down.
That's fair. I could see that.
I know that there's only one way to go. Look. Oh!
Oh,
Andrew!
I'm telling you, the worst possible shoes I could have worn that day. Those are the ones I'm wearing.
look at you. Just go around.
They were like tap dancing shoes. They were just flat on the
Oh,
bottom.
it's bad.
Uh-oh, is it... I made it!
Oh, you pushed me down.
Listen, I had to do what I had to do. Oh, God. I'm just waiting for disaster every time I move. There's more crack. All right.
There he goes.
Surprised you two didn't flag this.
There you go. Yeah.
I got it.
Slow and steady wins the race. Oh, you get the clap too. Oh, I'll remember this. Oh,
Man, I thought you were going to ace it. I thought you were going to ace it.
it was harder than
No, what am I doing?
it was harder than it looked.
It was.
Yeah.
It was very
Come on, Andrew. You can
Come
do
on,
it.
you got this. Yeah, do the kicks.
like a
There is the
bull.
bull.
And go.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Oh. Okay.
False start.
That thing right there was very deceiving.
It's
because
harder
it's
than
like,
it
oh, you
looks.
just jump on it and roll over.
Yeah,
But it
no.
turns those
yeah,
tires.
that was your turn again.
Come on, Andrew. Come on, baby.
You got this. What
That
kind
was
of,
the worst run.
yeah, I was gonna
did.
say I wasn't gonna say it, but that was questionable.
Oh,
Oh, that was close.
Can't do it.
close.
Gosh,
so
you had it.
close.
There were several obstacles where we just had to give up and move on.
I don't think this is one of them. One of us makes it. I don't remember which one it was, but
I can't
one
believe
of
I'm
us-
continuing to try it.
You got to.
I think Steven and Milan were really coaching us up and saying,
yeah,
hey,
I
you
think
can do it. You
right.
can do it.
And I think you make it. Is it this time? Nope.
Oh,
not this
I'll go
time.
ahead and tell you, sis. I don't make this.
Oh,
You should have taken Jessica and just thrown her
Yeah,
over.
why didn't we do that?
Work together.
Why don't you be on the other side? and put me up?
Oh,
There it is.
Victory.
Oh,
One more time?
oh my
Come on.
God.
Come on. Come on.
You should have just given up by then, because. Oh, there's not
That's
even.
so
close.
pitiful. Oh God, they ain't. There's no way.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Give us some volume on that.
Oh, look.
Into your arm.
That's a partner right there.
Yeah, I was such a jerk.
Trying to be a good teammate.
I'll remember this.
Those are brutal.
Oh, I'm struggling.
Man, she's like champion on those
Oh,
things.
It's like a little ninja warrior.
Look at you go.
It's like an army recruit video or something.
Oh, recruit me.
Like,
It's
join
like American
today.
Gladiator.
Yes. Uh-oh. Come on,
on.
sister.
Come on, girl.
Come
Come
on.
on.
You
Get
got
hurt.
this. You got this. Yes.
Watch her. She's not going. Yeah, there we go.
Mama's
One
not
more to
giving up.
go.
You got. Come on. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, look at
Do a
that.
swing. Do a swing. Yeah.
Dismount.
Job.
All right.
Oh no.
The
That was epic, wasn't it?
Diamond Hollow Mud Run.
Fantastic.
Look at the
And,
dog in the background digging.
No, he's looking
Done
for.
anything so hard in my life. I don't know that I can do it again. I'll be here again, but I don't know that I'll be able to make it through that.
Are they still doing it?
Now.
It's a good question.
Probably.
If they're still doing it, you guys should do it again now.
I feel like I did pretty
It'd be a
good.
different story.
You know what that would be like is when people go back run too.
That's the score.
Oh, I got you. When
The
people
line
like
zero.
try to recreate childhood pictures, and and like as adults,
Yeah.
that could be us now as we are now.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We could do that.
I think it'd be
Um,
great
It would be.
because you'd probably smoke me now.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
Honestly, I don't think I could do it now. I just think it would be impossible.
No,
say,
no.
don't
Dude,
say.
show us the guns.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
Go ahead. Come
No,
on.
Don't put
Come
me
on.
on
You
the
still
spot.
No.
do it. Go ahead. Show the guns. Come on. Look at that. Come on, man.
See,
Stop it.
being all
Stop
modest,
it.
being all modest over there. I don't think I could do it.
Well, I try at the gym because I go to the gym, but I don't work out at the gym and do that at Mandu, so I just do cardio. But it wasn't that long ago that I tried to get. They got the pull-up machine where you put your knees on the little deal. And,
Yes.
And so my biggest thing is I never, even throughout my childhood, was never able to do a pull-up. And so
It's a
I
special
thought,
skill set. I'll give
well,
you that.
and I was like, I can do this one. I got my knees on the little thing, and and I went and I was like, nope, didn't do it.
Don't worry, I can't either. I can do one.
I just watched you do a monkey bar deal.
I'm trying to encourage you. You're fine. You're fine. Not everybody can do that. It's hard. It's a hard skill.
Anyway, we went through a lot together.
We did.
Mud runs and
It's a long 2.5 years.
Dutch ovens.
Yeah.
It really was. And was it not? I don't even want to bring it up. It's the saddest thing ever when we officially parted ways.
Felt like a divorce.
It did.
Yeah, it was real sad.
And it was like the divorce happened, and the attorney had to walk me out of the building.
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't go out on my own.
That was real sad.
That happened to me about 10 years earlier, same place. So we've all been through that.
Sure.
Well, listen, hey, you got to put things in place, precautions to protect your company. What about your?
Oh, I wonder where this is going.
You're still single?
Yes, Andrew.
How's the-
Why do you gotta
Tell us about it.
You got to phrase it like
Yeah,
that.
I
Still
just
single.
want to know
Listen,
how the love life's going because
42 is the new 21. Okay, don't even start.
I've heard stories
Yeah.
of previous. I don't know what you do, Tinder or
No, it wasn't
you
really
know.
like that. Like I went through a season years ago now where like I tried to date,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's very difficult when you're in your 30s and 40s, especially if you got some baggage. We have all got baggage now. You're
Yeah.
not getting it fresh, And I've had some experiences that were, I would say, very interesting. Probably not unique. I don't know. And everybody needs love. This is what I've come to realize. But yeah, there have been some situations that were.
What's the most bizarre date? Now we're not talking about a relationship. We're just talking
Right,
about
yeah.
hey, set
Meet
up a
for
date,
dinner and-
yeah.
Well, I think there's two. I think one of the ones, and I got to give the guy props for confidence, but he was so nice. I mean, he even sent me flowers before the date, which I didn't know him, and I thought that's bold. That's
Nice
That is. That's
move.
pretty big.
Yeah.
that's the way to go. Dozen roses, sweet. And he didn't let me know until I was pulling in to dinner. This was probably like 4 years ago now. And he texted me and said he does construction, and he was in an unfortunate ladder accident, and it had removed more than half of his 2 front teeth,
Okay.
which that's great. I think that's fine.
Stuff happens.
It does, and I said, okay, and he couldn't have been nicer. It wasn't a great match, but the only problem was he had ordered, like a side salad, and so the honey mustard, when you don't have that shield there protecting the food from coming out, like if you're going to talk whilst eating, it's going like the spray. So it was. It was like dinner and a show. It was real interesting.
Did you pull out your jacket, like a raincoat, poncho, or anything?
I wished I had brought it. It was very interesting, and he couldn't have been nicer. It wasn't a great match. And I guess the other one was, and again, I mean, I'm not hating. I think everybody's got that someone, and sometimes it just doesn't work.
Yeah, there's probably for that guy. There's probably another person
course.
that's missing the bottom half. You
Great.
know, and then
Match
that
made in
perfect
heaven.
Match
made in heaven.
A whole set of teeth.
And the lack of the match had nothing to do with the teeth. He's a great guy. It didn't work. And then I think the only other one, and again, I think this is great.
She's just trying to protect these people
No,
so hard.
no. I'm just, I'm a weirdo. Whatever. But he just. The octave that he could reach with his voice was very impressive. I don't mean on the lower side. I mean like on the higher side.
You want to
just
give
think
us a
ultra soprano. Well, it was kind of like, And so like he would as he would trail off, especially when he said my name, it was Jessica. And I'm not exaggerating. And that was pretty much the entire experience. And it, I would say his voice fit his frame. Does that make sense?
You were thinking it would be much better if you were missing 4 teeth.
I would have accepted that. Yeah. And again, super nice guy. Just wasn't a great match. He was very good at pool, which I just never saw coming. But yeah, he was. And I'm sure, there's somebody out there for everybody, but it just wasn't. So I've just, there's been some experiences.
Please tell me that there is a third date where you sat down with a guy and he smelled so bad, because then it would be eyes, ears,
good.
and nose.
That did not happen. I think the third one, though, although it doesn't have anything to do with the senses, was I had a guy on date number 2. He had created a PowerPoint presentation as to why I would that's it.
Run.
As to why I would make a good wife and stepmother to his children. It was very impressive.
On the first date? Second date?
Yeah. And he was kind of like a brainiac, He was all into the stock market and stuff, and good for him. But he had this whole presentation. And if that's the route, again, I'm sure somebody else would love that. How
was it presented to you?
On an iPad.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like it was very interesting.
Were there flowers and things, or was it
No,
like
it was
a
very
business?
basic. Yeah, it was very business-like. And well done. I mean, I will say he had some very good reasons that made sense, Well, I was like, well, that's respect. I could respect his effort.
Use reason to win your love.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about somebody that and we're just assuming that this is who they are and they weren't doing that specifically for you. Maybe they've done it in the past.
That's like their shtick.
But what do you think? What do you think drives people like that? Like what happened in their lives where they were able to say to themselves before a date, "Hey, this is going to be a home run."
I think honestly, he was like a genuine person, and some people are like their level of intelligence is so high that it kind of takes up more space than other enhancements maybe you could have in your personality. So I just think he was so smart that he was like, this is gonna win her over. And there wasn't a lot of social awareness, if that makes sense. So it was just like that intelligence was taking up so much space.
So he was like, this is going to get her. She's going to love me forever.
Do you take every traumatizing story that you have and try to talk up the perpetrator? That? Yeah, because you're being very nice to these people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they could be saying weird things about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of a lunatic. So, they're like, and she has this really strange laugh. That's true. So, everybody just needs a little love and encouragement. Just because they're not for you doesn't mean there's something wrong with them.
I guess when it comes to the squeaky guy, that would have been a decent match. You've got your, audible afflictions, and so does he.
That's true. That could have been. Maybe I missed out.
No, you
that
can't
could
hit
have
that. No.
Well, it was a little bit more palatable than that. It was more like, like
that's palatable.
Well, it's more than yours was more squeaky. I feel like mine is more like
sing-songy,
cartoonish.
You know what you probably should do is get your Mama to help you.
That's a mistake.
Navigate the waters of.
You do realize that my mother still wears shoulder pads and pantyhose under
I remember
her,
so I'm going to assume, it's still a thing.
It's still a thing. Yeah, I love my mom to death. Love you, Mom.
What's, you think she's going to watch this?
I can only hope not. I'm going to get some text messages later.
I personally miss her. She came and sat in on the show one time, and she did fantastic.
Right, I forgot about that. Yeah,
but she has she's been through the ringer when it comes to us talking about her on the show.
Right, yeah, and that still continues.
She's got so many stories. She
does. I think the favorite, and it has lived on, was the parakeet story. You remember, I think his name was Boo. And I had just like the most precious parakeet. It was a blue and white. We named him Boo. And he had some sort of, I don't think the parakeets can be on the spectrum, but it was something like that. And so like when he would chirp, he would fall over backwards and then just lay in the cage and continue chirping. And the only way he could eat is if his cage mate would regurgitate and feed him, kind of like a mama and a baby bird.
Like a baby bird.
Well, the cage mate was tragically murdered by my Jack Russell Terrier.
Wow.
And so before we went on a 2-week vacation to Minnesota, my mom was like, honey, let's release Boo back into the wild. And I think probably in her wisdom, she thought, we're going to come back and this thing will not
How awful.
Well, what would have been worse? Us coming back to him passed in the cage.
I guess.
So, I mean, he didn't have anybody to feed him.
Let him die on his own and not in the comfort of his home.
And the beauty of creation. So in our backyard, we had this one tree, it was really close to the deck, and she put him on this little branch, and he just was as happy as he could be. Just chirp, chirp, chirp.
Yeah.
We left, and this is a true story. We come back home 2 weeks later, and that bird is still on that branch.
Sitting in the same spot.
Sitting in the exact same spot.
Trying not to fall over.
Just chirping away. Well, I think the branch was so wide that it didn't allow for foliage. And so she, without even saying a word, she runs down there, she grabs the parakeet off the branch, and she said, bless his heart! chunks it over the fence. And literally, I'm not lying, at that exact moment, we heard rear, and a cat got booed.
Oh.
Now, luckily, it was behind the fence, so I didn't witness this happen. And she just stared at me. She's like out of breath. And I'm like, it was like such a traumatic moment of my childhood.
Your mom
like,
killed your pet.
she did. And I guess maybe she didn't want me to have to watch him starve to death, which is fair. Because that might have been a worse ending for him.
But he made it. He was holding on. He held on for 2 weeks.
So you have no idea. I mean, what an accomplishment. So that was...
I waited on y'all for this.
Right, and then that was the end of him.
A fastball murder me.
Well, and so that's my mother. I mean, love her. She's just an amazing human being.
Seriously though, since she was, we talked about her a lot. How would you describe her? Like, if you just had a few adjectives to throw out there.
I think she's very formal. So like when my children were little, we didn't say, hey, like he pooped his diaper. It was, he has had a BM. It was just, everything's just very formal, which is, I mean, everybody's kind of like that. And so that was great. Yeah, I always say I think she would have flourished in the Victorian era.
Yeah.
Like if there's a way that I could describe her, that would be it. She's very put together. Yeah, she's always put together, and I'm not. So sometimes we used to have a little tension, but we've worked it out now. It's great. I was a tomboy and she wanted me to be like the girly girl. So
you used to do a fantastic impression of her too.
Honey, look at the parakeets.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on too. That's
There was another time where, God, there were so many stories where something about in traffic.
Kindred spirit.
Yeah.
My mom is like the kindest person in the world, and she's always trying to defer to other people. And so if she comes to it, she still does this. If she comes to a stop sign, especially if it's like a four-way stop, you're always trying to gauge who got there first, whose turn is it to go.
Right.
It doesn't matter to my mom. It's always the other. She's going to defer to that person. But what's funny is in her effort to be, kind, she's like, go ahead, kind sir. And they're like, no, you go ahead. And she's like, go ahead. And this will last several minutes to the point my mom becomes angry. And she's like, go, kindred spirits. And I'm like, can we please? So we've gone from kind sir, I'm going to defer to you, to like angrily yelling kindred spirit and another person because they won't go when you're trying to show them deference. But what
does kindred spirit even mean?
My mom has a lot of interesting. Kindred spirit came from Anne of Green Gables. If you're like best friends with somebody, like you just mesh. Do you know what I mean?
Could we just Google like catchphrases your mom would use?
Yeah,
like what's another one besides kindred spirit?
Yeah, night-long embers.
This has definitely got a Victorian vibe to it.
Thank you. I'm telling you.
Paints a word picture.
Yes.
Yeah,
lives up to
It's
it.
interesting.
Google night-long. What'd you say? Night-long
embers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see exactly what the definition of that is.
I don't think it's a real thing, but it was
Embers?
night-long ember, like EMBERS, embers.
See, it's so non-existent. We don't know how to
Embers of a
spell
long
it.
night. I think that's a song.
She may have invented something.
Yeah,
Well,
it
she
sounds
does.
like she
Yes.
came up with it.
I think she does. Yeah, and all of that happened because she bought us a cell phone charger from the CVS, and then I left it charged, like plugged in, while we went somewhere. We came back and it was melting, like the block was melting.
Yeah.
And I said, Mom, like I think you probably need to let the people at CVS know that this is faulty. I don't, you have to get your money back or whatever. And she said, honey, I want you to take that outside and put it on the concrete bench. And I was like, it's unplugged. It's away from the power source. And she said, what about the night-long embers? I don't even know what that means. But in her mind, it could reignite and burn the house down.
It's not the night-long ember.
The night-long ember is what gets the night-long part of it. Can't just be a regular ember.
No, it's got to be night, because it would burn all the night long. That was what.
Your mom sounds pretty cool.
Oh, God. Yeah, I could see John Bird and your mom hitting it off.
Put them in a room together.
Yes. Put them on this podcast. We'll bring your mom in here.
Wow, I'd actually pay money for that.
She'd probably swoon over John Bird.
You think so?
Is she single?
Always.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No, I just mean.
Oh, man.
I mean, she's been single for a long time.
Okay. I think her and John Bird would really hit it off. I mean,
what
there's
age
time.
bracket are we going here? What? I'm trying to be kind. You don't have to tell me your exact.
43.
You're 43. Okay.
You're looking for 43?
Plus 18.
No, I'm saying what age bracket are you? I'm not saying what are you looking for. You're looking for 43?
No, I'm completely joking.
Oh, I was like, that's interesting.
No,
He's not looking,
I'm
but-
61,
Okay.
and I generally like to go 10 years.
Above or below?
Oh, above.
Did you hear what he said? What the number was?
No.
61?
No.
No.
61.
Who?
61. I don't know. I don't go there.
Oh.
I don't go there.
You don't know your age or?
No.
He
How
refuses
dare
to,
you, man?
He refuses
dare
to
you,
turn
Jessica.
60.
Oh.
So he's mixing 50 and 60
No,
because he
40.
don't want to be.
Because, see, I had a horrible time in my 40s.
Okay.
Had a really good time in my 50s,
All right.
except for the divorce and being homeless for a while. So I'm
all right.
looking at this new decade is going to be the 60s. And by God, when the next decade comes, it's going to be 70s.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
I'm
Yeah.
not letting go. I'm not going to let the
yeah,
evil
no.
S take hold of me.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I would
jump
lean
right
into
every
that.
time.
That's when
Ask
you
him-
die. You shrivel up and die.
Yeah,
You
sure.
accept that.
Yeah, like a wilted
just-
flower.
Got a lisp every time he gives his age.
No, I think it's great. I would keep doing that.
So where's your mom at? What age?
I actually don't know, but she's
You don't have
within
to
the
guess?
she's within the 10.
She's within the 60s.
Hey, you know what? Tell her to give me a ride.
I would never live that down.
Because my mom is 6 days younger than John Bird.
5'6".
6.
Oh, I thought you were giving her height, and I was like, I don't know why that matters, but she's 5'6".
She's 6 days younger than John Bird, and so
Matchmaking in
when
heaven,
and
that's
she's
good.
been married for a
Oh, well,
long
never
time.
mind. Okay, I retract.
So, but you know, when her and John Bird are in a room together, John Bird with his guitar and all that kind of
You
stuff,
could, a little swoon.
it makes people feel some type of way.
Yeah, I could see that.
It makes me feel some
It's the
type of way.
Adderall. It really helps.
You know what I need? Because I know you're a songwriter. I need you to write a song about Boo being thrown over the fence and meeting his tragic death. I think.
Now, I'll do that as long as you do not give in to AI, because you can text that and then AI will crank out a song.
That's
which is
Why
soulless.
don't- hey,
it's
why-
soulless.
Why don't I know you don't want to, but why don't we do it?
That's
why don't we
fine.
do it right now?
I'm
Yeah.
going to leave the room.
No, don't
Oh.
leave. It's okay.
You know how I feel about AI.
I was
Tony-
going to say I can give you a PowerPoint presentation.
We've come full circle.
Shout out to the PowerPoint guy.
Yeah, Tony would be that guy. He's also matches the other guy. He's an incredible pool player,
Oh wow, you got both then. Okay,
Yeah.
well that's
And
good.
I like stock market too.
and he's he's a
Yeah,
stock
it's a
guy.
stock market.
There
So-
you go.
But I've never given a PowerPoint presentation on a date in my life. So
Well, I think you should give that a try.
That's weird. Can we do that real quick? Can we go to
What are
Chat
we-
GPT? Is GPT?
It's GPT.
All right, so we're gonna go Chat GPT. We actually did some stories about ourselves in Chat GPT. All right, so if we're going to go to message at the bottom, and we're gonna say, write us a story.
About Boo the parakeet.
Yeah, write us a story about Boo the parakeet
story.
Who was murdered?
who was
How do you spell
murdered.
parakeet?
I think it's PARAKEET.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
What's your mom's name?
Teresa. It's too late. Sorry, Mom.
We can edit that. We can put a beep
All
in
right.
there.
Mama T.
Write us a story about Boo the parakeet who has autism and was
That's very descriptive.
And wait, go back one word. And met his unfortunate demise at the hands
Of Mama T.
of Mama T. Put my mother, Mama T.
Okay.
And maybe just put like a period and then cat, and it will mix it. in.
To leave it like that or put period cat?
Yeah, but at the hands of my mother, Mama T, and a cat. Yeah.
I've never used this before. This is like
Oh, it's wild.
tutorial.
It's evil.
It's
All
wild.
right, here we go.
Oh my word! Look how fast it's spitting that out.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Let me break this up.
That's
All right,
amazing.
so yeah, we'll zoom in a little bit. That'll make it easier. All right, here we go. Story time. Once upon a time, in a cozy little house painted in a cheerful yellows and greens, there
Oh.
lived a parakeet named Boo. Boo was not your ordinary parakeet. He had autism, which made him a little different from his feathery friends. His tiny wings and bright green feathers were adorned with a dash of blue,
That's true.
and his eyes sparkled with curiosity and wonder.
They did.
While other birds chirped and, what does it say?
Flitted.
Flitted about
flitted.
with ease, Boo preferred to stay in his favorite corner of the cage, observing the world with a thoughtful gaze.
Oh, this is so good.
Boo's owner was a kind-hearted woman named Mama T.
Oh.
She had a soft spot for all living creatures and was always attentive of Boo's needs. Mama T was gentle and patient, understanding that Boo's unique way of interacting with the world required a special touch. She often spoke to him in soothing tones, and she had set up a lovely corner in the house just for Boo. This would be the branch, by the way.
Yeah.
And it says it had toys, mirrors that he seemed to enjoy. Now, living with Mama T was also a charming feline named Whiskers.
Oh.
Whiskers was a sleek gray tabby with a playful disposition. She loved to chase strings and nap in sunny spots, but despite her innocent appearance, she had a mischievous streak. Whiskers had always been intrigued by Boo, her little feathered roommate, who fluttered about in his cage. One sunny afternoon, while the house was bathed in golden light. This sounds like a
Wow.
story you wrote. Boo was particularly excited. Mama T had just cleaned his cage and given him a new toy, a shiny bell that tinkled with every
Probably
peck.
twinkled, if I had to guess.
You're missing a W.
Yeah.
Boo hopped from perch to perch. This Boo didn't. His eyes wide with fascination. Whiskers, lounging on a nearby chair, watched with intense interest. Her tail flicked with curiosity, and she crept closer, her green eyes fixed on Boo. Mama T, busy with her chores, didn't notice the feline's approach. Whiskers, ever so stealthily reached the edge of the cage. Her paw, delicate and soft, touched the cage bars, causing Boo to further flutter in surprise. For a moment, Boo and Whiskers locked eyes. Boo's instincts told him to retreat to the far corner of his cage, but the excitement of the new toy kept him a bit too curious. In a sudden burst of energy, Whiskers pounced.
Oh, no.
Her paw inside the cage. The bell swung wildly as Boo darted around trying to find a safe space. Panic spread throughout the tiny bird's body. Mama T, hearing the commotion, rushed over, but it was too late. Whiskers, in her playful but ill-timed enthusiasm, had inadvertently caused Boo to lose his balance. Boo fluttered frantically, knocking into both sides of the cage. Mama T then gently scoops up Boo out of the cage, but the poor bird was too shaken. She tried her best to comfort him, her heart aching for his little friend. Despite her best efforts, Boo's tiny body, overwhelmed with the shock and fear,
gosh.
gave out. Mama T held him close, tears streaming down her face as she whispered apologies and
This is
comforted
horrible.
him in his final moments. The house was filled with somber quiet as Boo's light flickered out. Whiskers,
Oh my gosh.
Whiskers, sensing the gravity of the situation, retreated to her favorite spot under the couch, her playful demeanor replaced with a solemn stillness.
Oh my gosh.
Mama T laid next to Boo to rest in a small. She laid Boo to rest.
Oh,
in a small, beautiful box adorned with flowers.
Oh,
she buried him in a sunny spot in the garden where she knew he would be surrounded by the beauty of nature, just like you remember. Put him out in nature.
Circle of life.
The garden became a place of remembrance for Boo with a little stone marker that read, quote, "In memory of Boo, a cherished friend."
Night-long embers.
Gosh. Anyways, enough of that. That's
that was worse
I'm
than
sorry,
what really
John Bird.
happened.
I didn't mean to get you emotional.
I hate you.
That was, wow.
So that's Chat GPT, since you've never really...
Yeah, I've never, it did remind me, though, of a time we had a pet praying mantis, which I don't know if you've tried that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so we used to be really into nature, and so we had a black widow spider for a pet, and that was fascinating. It was like national. We didn't even watch TV. It was like National Geographic every day in my house. We'd find things and release it. Well, we set it on fire once it had babies. But we once...
There we go.
We once caught a praying mantis, and if you've never had one, I would encourage it because they're fascinating creatures. But I became very attached to mantis. And then...
That was his name?
Obviously. And then as he started to kind of lose his shine, I took him out of the pickle jar, and he died in my hand. Just a very natural death.
Wow.
Yeah.
Natural death of starvation and no air.
Oh, no. Like, we had poked holes, and we would feed them.
Did the whole
we'd
thing,
give them moths, and then they, with their praying hands, they just, it's acrobatic. It's amazing.
How long did you have him?
Couple months. Yeah, apparently they don't. And I will say, during that same time, I once walked outside, and a baby praying mantis landed on the top of my ear and just started batting my earlobe.
Do they bite?
They bat.
They bat
with the
like
praying
box.
with the praying hands.
But they don't hurt you.
It did hurt.
Break skin or anything.
I don't think it was old enough yet.
I had one jump in my grandmother's bouffant hairdo.
That's fun.
And she beat the crap out of her head. She goes boom, 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 boom. But she had like praying mantis guts. It was horrible.
Oh, no,
that's disgusting.
She could have captured it and made a pet out of it.
My grandma.
Oh, no, okay.
If she can't cook it and eat it, she's going to kill it.
Well,
yeah,
fair.
he comes from a part of North Carolina where they kill and cook everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds exciting.
Turtle
It was a lot
soup.
of fun.
You know.
Great. Yeah. The shell or just the...
You use the shell as a bowl.
Would you? Actually, my grandpa would. I had a snapping turtle bit the end of my finger one time, and my little wiry grandpa went down to the pond, and he got it out, and he cut it up, sliced it alive. We had it for dinner.
I could have lived my whole life without knowing that story. That's interesting, though.
Yeah, but hey, we used to do barbecue the old-fashioned way. A .22 rifle right to the head.
Okay. Yeah.
Pick the hair off. Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
You talking about pigs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember the story about me working at the
How
pig
could
farm?
I ever forget?
I need to save that for another day.
Yeah, how could
That's
I
a
ever
man
forget?
there.
Yeah, that was like...
Do you remember when people would call the show and we would do the most random shows sometimes?
Yeah.
And it would, I don't even know, just a topic would come up, and then next thing you know, they're talking about corn cobs and like wiping with corn cobs.
I
out in the
remember
woods.
that. I do remember that. Yeah, that took a turn.
One guy called in and he said there's two types of corn cobs. There's the white corn cob, and then there's the red corn cob.
I think it was red, yeah.
And he said, what you do when you're out in the wilderness, you use the red corn cobs to wipe,
Yeah.
and you use the white corn cobs to make sure you're done.
And then we had the lady that
makes
called
sense.
in and said she actually used poison ivy. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lady used poison ivy
That's
to
a
wipe.
tough lady
It
there.
was Glenda. Yeah, she was really...
Did you remember her name?
Of course. I could forget. It was an epic story. I mean, she was like in her 70s. I appreciated the fact that she called in.
That was back when I took phone calls. Now everybody just sits on hold during my show.
No.
I don't take phone calls. I mean, I do occasionally, but I've got so much that I got to talk about that I don't want, because in a lot of cases, callers call in and they just repeat what I've already said. Now, if they were calling in like we did on our show and they were talking about wiping their butt with corn cobs, I'm taking that call all day.
Sure. I get it. Yeah. Well, maybe you just need to bring up those topics on air.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to prime that pump.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Your content, maybe.
The birth of Angry Carrie, who's been on this podcast. Did you watch that podcast?
Yes, I did. And I even saw him at the Irish thing where he was dressed up.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
He was at O'Sherry. Angry Carrie was kind of, I would say he was birthed on the line when it was you and I.
I remember that. Yeah, he would call in and sing. I think it was an Obama song, maybe.
Obama, scandal free.
That's what it was. That's what it was. It was classic.
We've actually got a copy of that we play from time to time.
Well, what I appreciated about Angry Carrie was he had his different perspectives and opinions, politically speaking, but he was still pretty nice about it. Like, it was fun to talk to him. He wasn't really sassy. Like, it was fun to disagree, and that's hard to find, especially
he's
nowadays.
still that way. Good fella.
Yeah.
Who else is somebody that sticks out to you, caller wise? Charles Allen Head. Go ahead and take him off the table. Everybody remembers him.
Yeah, Charles Allen Head. The guy, and I can't remember his name, but he like lived in Qatar, which I always thought was strange.
Lived in Qatar?
It's Qatar, but he's called it guitar.
Qatar? Like
he
Saudi Arabia?
Guitar. Yes. Remember? And he was always like, just gotta fly you out and buy your prom dress. And you don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. He was like in the military or something, and he was like, he said he was in charge of like protecting the Prince of Guitar.
Oh, yeah. Was he calling it guitar?
Yes, all the time.
Qatar.
Who knows?
I feel like you're saying guitar. Like
that's
guitar.
what I thought he was saying. No? The Prince of Guitars?
No.
I don't know his name, but yeah, that was a
I vaguely
classic.
remember that.
And then all the people that would email in, which was really
we had Sheila from the parts department.
I wonder what
which
she's
are
doing.
absolute classics.
Yeah.
We
Lots
we
of
should
poems.
use GPT for that too.
Gosh.
Write me a letter from Sheila from the parts department and make it make no sense.
Because it never did.
It never did.
Yeah,
we've got copies of Sheila emails.
I've got him on my phone. Yeah.
Why don't you email one to him? We'll play it.
Y'all can do this in real. This is like fancy.
We can do it in real time.
Oh, hold on a second. I gotta find it then.
And actually email it. Can you airdrop it to me?
I mean, y'all are really bougie up in here. I can.
It's an iPhone thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. Oh, okay.
Airdrop
I think we're
it.
going to need a PowerPoint presentation.
I can make that happen. Let's see.
Sorry, I can't get past
You just
that.
pick any Sheila email.
Okay, all right. Let's see.
That's a first.
Sheila. Okay, here we go.
It's kind of suck to be a single lady in the dating scene, especially at our age.
That's why I've quit.
It sucks to be a single guy, I tell you that.
Yeah, I've just quit.
But not for me anymore.
I was going to say,
Totally.
what is Bird talking about? All right, except, here we go.
I don't even know which one this is. It just says Sheila Part 2.
Okay. All right, Tony Gump, I am emailing this to you.
10-4.
And it's just audio, it's no video, which, it's whatever. Some people watch this podcast, other people just listen to the audio side, so it's,
Sure.
It's whatever. And so Sheila was an emailer that would email in, and she said she works in the parts department. We don't know what the parts department is. She never
Right.
explained,
Sure.
but
And I don't think English was her primary language.
it was not her first language.
Yeah.
She would tell us, she loves the show, but she would explain to us what happened to her that day. She would
Yes.
break down her days for us.
She
And we,
had, yeah, with all of her her co-workers. One was Anthony.
yeah, Anthony.
Anthony, and then somebody had a wooden leg. Maybe it was Anthony, but yes, it was
There was a
I don't
there was a
know.
real cast of characters that worked in the parts department, and we got to know them very well.
I think she got a little greedy with her own fame, honestly.
and she
It went to her head, I think.
Well, I've actually put it out on air. I'm like, Sheila, if you're out there, please email us, and I'll have John Bird read it.
Maybe she's passed on.
Anyway, here's one of the
play it.
emails.
Welcome.
Come on,
You've
guys.
got mail.
That's right. So we had our own intro music
Yes,
Flat Earth.
and you're clapping
for the email.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does.
together.
I think we played it on.
Yeah, we did to start with.
That's right. Because that's what when him and I got together, we started doing an email segment.
Oh, yeah.
But never heard from Sheila.
Well,
I like how you actually clapped through.
I couldn't help it.
All right. Emails of the day. Up first, Sheila. Andrew, it's Sheila again.
Oh God! Wait, this is the Sheila from. Was that yesterday?
She said, I emailed you yesterday and heard my email on the show while we were in the parts department. Wanted to give you an update. When you first said my name on the show, Anthony broke out into sweats and screams. And of course, Tim got ticked. Tim hates Anthony
and hates screams, so he tried to throw Anthony's weed into the parts engine. But I grabbed it from him and ran, even though my bunion is back. I still got it.
Oh, God.
I gave it back to Anthony, and he started back with the sweats and screaming. I patted Tim on the head because he hates that due to the Tiny Tim incident.
These were so hard to read.
If you read on air again today, Tim might quit, and Anthony placed a $3 bet on that. Anthony doesn't like Tim because he has a half colon.
What?
It says in parentheses, the doozy, and often leaves squirts on the department floor. Code Brown. Thanks, Sheila.
Oh, man.
Code Brown.
Okay, I'm sorry, but that is a very clever guy in his 30s that has got to email us. That is
gosh.
just
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
keep it going.
man.
Nah, well, yeah, let it keep
so
going.
much in that.
Jessica's
way too
laugh.
much to handle in that email.
There were so many different things going on at the same time. You know what, though? It cracks me up about Sheila, the writer of that email, is she's one of those, it seems like she's one of those people who assumes that you live in her world. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, she talks about Anthony as though he's somebody that we all just know. Oh,
She
that's
feels like we
Anthony.
should know what's going on here.
Okay, so that's it. That's actually,
That's funny.
and that's an accurate description as well, because it was, it's like,
It's like a day
she's-
in the life of.
yeah, and she assumes we know Anthony, and he's got a wooden leg or whoever, or,
Yeah.
so and so's got the shakes and the screams.
Which I don't know what that means. The next one I've sent you is actually one of my personal favorites
Okay.
that I think we ever got in terms of emails.
And who is this?
It's not a notable character of the show. It
Okay.
was just the way it played out. It was somebody that was missing a toe. I don't know if you remember.
Missing a toe.
yeah, you'll see. It'll bring back some
I
memories.
do not. See, you keep bringing some of this stuff up, and I'll end up remembering it when we listen
I
to it.
promise
but
you will. It was a classic.
I remember extends for men's.
Oh yes.
Still say that to this day.
7 different swatches.
Extends for men's was
It was hair replacement.
hair replacement.
It now means a completely different
If you
thing.
have, if you have hair loss, yeah,
Okay, so this is the toe. Somebody missing the toe, right? Okay.
should be.
Right now, it is time for your emails.
Welcome. You've got
So abrupt. Do we want to clap through it again?
We got to. You're in the car
And
you're
clap.
That was a late.
Come on, Tony, go.
I don't know if I can.
You have enough hands.
you got mail.
Oh
That scream.
gosh.
The squeaker.
Yeah, it was. Yes.
You got mail.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your emails of the day here. Allow me to get these bad boys out.
You sound just like the Wheel of Segments. I'm like digging papers out.
Yeah, I think you struggle in this one.
Coming. All right, here we go. Emails of the. I'm having a hard time. I'm trying. All right, this one says, Andrea wanted to send in a story about the worst Christmas gift. 4 years ago, I worked in a whips and chains. I worked in a whips and chains side store in Indiana called Whips and Chains. It's Whips and Chains with a Z in each one. And a few months into me working there, my buddy was in a Whips and Chains accident. I'm just having such a hard time reading this.
Wait, what?
So my buddy was in a Whips and Chains accident.
What is a whips and chains accident?
I don't know, but he says he lost his big toe in said accident.
Oh, man.
So for Christmas, I had my grandma knit him a sleeve for his nub, monogrammed with "Gone to the Market."
That's funny. God.
Oh, God. You gotta be kidding me.
This little piggy went to market, LOL. And he got mad and hasn't spoken to me since. That was probably the worst gift I've ever given. So,
Oh, man. A couple questions, though, real quick. First of all, what's a whips and chain store?
Laugh, dude.
Wait, number 2. How do you have a whips and chain? How do you have a whips and chains accident that leaves you with a missing toe?
I don't even know if I'm going to dive into that. But that was a horrible, horrible accident that your friend went through. Obviously, I don't know what y'all are doing in Indiana.
So many questions.
Y'all doing some weird stuff up there.
And so here's a fun fact. That is Jessica's real, genuine laugh.
Oh yeah, my laugh is actually a ringtone on iTunes. I've made $50 off of it so far.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
So if people want to purchase the ringtone of your laugh,
Please do. Mama's trying to buy a new car.
what are you trying to like? What do you have to search for?
Okay, so you just go to the iTunes store,
Okay.
and then you're gonna type in the search. I'll do it right now. You're gonna type in "goat laugh."
Do it
Okay.
together.
And I mean,
Goat
it's
laugh.
right, and then you'll see it under ringtones, and so it's. Let's see if we.
What's the avatar?
It's only $1.29. It's a picture of a goat screaming, and it
Wait.
says Jessica B.
You got to do iTunes.
You got to do iTunes.
Do I have iTunes? Oh, it should, right?
It's an
You have
iPhone
an
15.
iPhone.
It's an
Yeah.
iPhone. that
Okay,
you
so
do.
iTunes Store. All right,
Store.
looks like this, ladies and gentlemen. You see that?
Yeah.
Where we at? Come on.
It's like a
focus.
tutorial.
All right, so now we're gonna type in goat,
The
goat laugh,
yes, because there's only one.
the goat laugh, and
Should be the first one that generates under
yeah,
ringtones.
there it is.
Yeah.
Very first one on the deal. Yeah, there it is. Very first one on the deal. The goat laugh says Jessica B.
Yeah.
$129.
Worth it.
Wow.
How long would it take for us to find out how many you've sold as a result of this podcast?
Oh, when the checks start coming in, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I mean, our mutual friend Leisha, she downloaded it, and it is now the text tone for my contact. So every time I text her, it's that obnoxious sound.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Interesting.
I mean, I appreciate the support.
Well, that's good stuff.
Yeah, gas prices are high, so every little bit
You're
helps.
literally living off the goat
You have
laugh.
no idea. Well, and what's funny about that is people would clear the room when I would laugh when I was younger, and it was like a staple of embarrassment for so long. So for it to have come full circle and now be something that's like well known in a much different way is just.
Literally made you who
Bought
you
it.
are.
Oh,
Look at the John Bird's over here
Thank
like
you for your
bragging. He's like,
support.
just bought it.
You know what? I might buy a couple of them and send them to relatives for Christmas.
He's
That is
like,
such a good idea.
I had the 129 in my account.
Yeah,
That's right.
Take
something to
that.
brag about.
I
Yeah, they
think.
make good stocking stuffers. Yeah, that's a good
How
idea.
do you stuff that in a stocking?
I've not thought that through.
Put an
though.
iTunes gift card and say you must buy this.
I think that's good. You could just write a note.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let them know.
No, you take a stuffed animal, you get that noise, and then you Bluetooth it into the stuffed animal. So every
that's-
time you press it, maybe.
Like a Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I haven't considered that. We could get a Build-A-Bear goat, and then that could be the sound.
Very personal.
I hate to go back to your mom, but how is your mom at Christmas? Like, does she do good gifts or?
Well, so like I feel like there's a couple of different categories of gift givers. Now I don't really want to receive a gift unless it's something that that I'm really gonna like. Otherwise, I don't care. You don't have to get me a gift. I don't really care. My mom just loves to give gifts. It doesn't matter if you want it or like it or not. So our last Christmas celebration, she got me. It was a set. It was a necklace and bracelet set made out of silverware.
Not silver, but silverware.
Silverware, a fork and knife set.
Wow.
And, yeah, I've never worn it. She also got me a leather cuff.
from the whips and chain store
I
in
was
Indiana.
going to say that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, these have all become sentimental gifts, but not things that I would wear. She just loves to. Yeah, I don't know. It's
You ever thought about just putting all the stuff on that your mom's ever got you and just walking in the kitchen and see what she
that is
thinks?
an amazing idea. The cuff and the silverware. I'm gonna totally do that. Yeah, I've once got a red sequined hat. Yeah, I've just gotten all sorts of
She's
stuff.
trying.
Yeah, she is.
That's the thing. Yeah,
It's,
you can give people credit for trying. I think
thought.
it's great. Yes.
Well, your mom's such a unique individual that I was like, I can almost guarantee she's given some off the wall gifts.
She has. She wants. Now, my brother, he was, I guess, about 18, so he's about to go into college, and she got him. And I mean, I'm a believer, love Jesus, but she got him a 14 karat gold face of Jesus Christ, and
the face. We skipped over the
but
cross.
it was a sad face too, and
Sad face Jesus sequin shirt.
it was so. What was funny, and somewhere in the archives we have it, like on the camcorder. But when he opened it, it was like. So my brother, when he hates a gift, he yawns. So there's like a big family joke. So he was like, "Oh, I love it, Mom," and we were like, he hates it so much. And so she still to this day defends that purchase, and she says it was a beautiful, representation. And that's and she also got him some decorative balls and for his apartment. And
Sad Jesus and balls. White of Christmas.
I'll wash my hands of this conversation.
Now listen, Google sad face Jesus necklace. It was a necklace?
It was a necklace. It was 14 karat gold.
Let's see if we can find that.
It was
Put
yesterday.
sad face Jesus necklace. And let's see if we can find the one you're talking about, because now I'm curious.
Oh, my family's going to disown me.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, okay. So it was like the third one to the right. No, down one. Yeah, it was like that.
Oh
wow.
3D.
It's very intricate. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Well, that one seems less sad than some of these others, because some of these others are really sad Jesus.
Yeah, it was just an interesting choice. My brother's not a jewelry person, so I guess it was that combined with some other elements that just kind of made it a strange.
So instead of your mom saying things like, "Well, I don't ever see him doing this, so they probably wouldn't like this gift," she said, "I don't ever see him doing this, so they need this."
I think so.
Jewelry,
Yeah, sure.
sequin hat.
Yes. I think she thinks that because we are lacking those things, we're missing out. She doesn't think, oh, they don't have those things because they don't like them.
Yeah.
And, that's... Oh, my God.
I can't believe I did that. I'm sorry. I tried to hold it.
Hit the cough button.
I'm sorry. I covered my mouth with
God, I wish we would have been on the big screen for that.
Oh,
That would have been
wow.
amazing. Okay, gifts. What about just outside of your mom? Christmas is almost here, right?
Oh, yeah. I'll blink and it'll be here.
Craziest or strangest gift, worst gift you ever received?
God, that's a toss-up. Yeah, I'd probably have to go the red sequin hat. And honestly, I don't even think it has to be what the gift is. I don't like opening gifts in front of people.
I don't either.
I hate it. Like I would just don't give me a gift. Or can I take it in the other room in private? And open it?
That's where I'm at.
I will even videotape my reaction.
Because everybody's sitting there going,
Yeah. Oh, I know. The worst gift I ever got was when I was younger, and it was a friend of my mom's, and she just kind of made this whole like fanfare about the gift, and it was in a card, and I opened it, and it was a $5 gift card to Books A Million. And,
Oh my God.
and I was like, she gave one to my brother too, so I'm like this. My brother's like.
right.
Yawning because it was just like, what are you going to buy at Books A Million for $5?
Yeah.
That was probably
One of y'all is going to have to come off your $5, so one of y'all can get a book.
That's what I'm saying. We'd had to combine forces. So, yeah, that was probably the worst.
What about you, Bird? Worst
Nothing.
gift you ever got?
Nothing.
Yeah,
The past
Now,
8 years.
Listen, he is a big time gift giver. Like, he puts a lot of thought into it. He's gotten me multiple gifts. I got
Aw.
him.
It's important. It's not the price. It's the thought that goes in
I'm
it.
the same way.
You got to know that person.
I'm a sentimental.
I got
gift
him
giver.
because he's on a cocktail of drugs. I got him a pill organizer one year.
That's sweet. Yeah, those are real helpful.
But this
too.
last time, because our birthdays are just a day apart,
Okay.
we decided that we were going to gift each other something that we currently own that's from our house that we don't want anymore.
Oh, I like that. Like repurpose it.
Yeah, repurpose it. So I gave.
I still use mine.
What did I give you?
using
I
mine.
forget.
It was a can opener.
It was a can opener, and it had like the
yeah.
sequins on it.
You know what it
Like
was?
bedazzled.
It was a can opener, just regular can opener, and it had been bedazzled with these little jewels. Or
and it
whatever.
works great.
And it was given to Trish by my ex-wife, and I was tired of
that's
looking at
sweet.
it,
Yeah.
so I I gave it to Bird.
Now, so is it the electric or is it the hand?
Oh, it's electric.
Yeah, it's
okay.
electric.
I threw out my hand
Yeah.
crank
All right,
thing.
so I've got-
And I
I've
know
still got
you
the
haven't
crank.
used yours.
What was it?
I got you a pack of underwear that I ordered off Amazon.
Temu.
Or no, Temu, actually.
glad
and they wouldn't fit. So, but I didn't include the one that I tried on.
But I
Okay,
tried them on live on this podcast over my pants.
Yeah, over
Sure,
there.
yes.
I thought they looked pretty sexy.
Yeah. I mean, it did give me a little support in the back, which was good.
Yeah, that's important.
I think my worst present would be what I didn't get when I was 4. I wanted a Tricky Tommy turtle. And
Who doesn't?
Google it. Google it.
well, Tricky Tommy turtle, you just kind of pushed him. His head went in and out.
Oh,
everything.
yeah, like a-
and yeah,
the head-
and
yeah.
my parents, I guess they never could find. Oh,
Is that bringing back some memories?
Is that him?
Look at
yeah, see,
him.
his head goes in and
Oh,
out.
it's like the snapping turtle that bit your finger off.
You're right.
Look at him.
That explains Felipe.
Yeah, probably.
I never got my Tricky Tommy turtle.
Yeah.
And
He's got a giant turtle named Felipe, by the way.
And actually, during
Oh.
my rock and roll years, one of the groupies got me a little necklace that had 3 turtles attached. That was so sweet.
I think that means something.
It means you went to a gift shop at Panama City.
Oh, that's probably true. I feel like the 3 turtles is representative of something.
Don't look it up.
3 turtle doves, maybe.
I think so. Maybe that's what.
What about you, Tony
turtle
Gump?
doves.
What's the weirdest gift you ever received?
One time this girl gave me this horrible smelling cologne when I was like 19, and I'll never forget it because she's staring at me like, check it out, and I got it and I sniffed it and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah, but you
know?
didn't know. It's so good. Oh, God, it's so
Love
good.
this.
And then we went on a date after that, and I had to put some on, you know.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
not
a
good.
long time ago.
Oh,
Yeah, because if your girl gets you some cologne, you want to wear it because she's
But I
giving
feel
you the
like,
nod.
yeah, but I feel like there's got to be a polite way to tell somebody you don't like something. You know, like especially if you're in a relationship. Because I used to know somebody like if I would ever cook something, they would say, "I love this, but it's a one-time meal," and I feel like that's
One time,
Well, yeah,
I've
like,
never heard
That's
that.
pretty good.
I think that's a very
I mean, it
kind
is
way
good,
of
yeah.
saying this is terrible. Don't ever cook it again. But you don't have to say same thing with gifts. I think we just need to create something where it's a little bit more palatable to say, and it it lands.
I was petty when I was younger because there were a couple of times I got a gift that I didn't like. I just wouldn't see the person again. Like we may have been dating a year, but I was just like,
you broke
You
up
would
because
break
of
up
the
over
gift?
gifts?
Yeah.
Wow.
I broke up because of Bon Jovi one time.
What did Bon Jovi ever do?
I
to
wrote
you?
a song, and I played it for this young lady I'd been dating for a while, and she was like, "Yeah, that's nice." And then she went on talking about Bon Jovi, and never again.
Well, hold
I
on a
was
second.
out of there.
So, do you feel like she was comparing you to Bon Jovi and it gave you a complex?
No, no, it's just she ignored something I had done for her.
Okay.
You know what? If she couldn't have accepted me for the rock and roller I was,
Sure, yeah.
kick her to the curb.
I'll
There's
tell you
plenty
what.
of chicks out there, man.
And you have no idea what John Bird looked
Oh
like
no,
back in the
please,
day.
God, no, please.
Who's the celebrity he looked like?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Please.
Hold on.
That's a good look. No, that's
No,
a
this
solid.
is not a
it's
good
Kurt,
look.
no,
Hang on.
Kurt Russell.
Am I getting an email?
Yeah, here in a moment.
Oh
I'm
no.
trying to find the right
I
one.
always get Kurt Russell mixed up with the what's the guy from the movie? He always says Proof of Life. The name of the movie is Proof of Life, but they say Proof of Life like 75 times in the movie.
Well,
You know what I'm
some of
talking about?
these Pictures, John Bird. Yes.
I'll just go.
I don't know, but
everybody's
that
I'm gonna
movie,
get my phone.
Overboard, is like my wife's favorite movie in the world.
What is that?
Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. They're in this movie where
Oh.
she's like a rich woman, and then she knocks her head, goes in the water, ends up poor.
That's where
Wow.
they fell in love.
See, I don't watch a lot of movies, so I don't know what any of y'all are
I mean,
talking about.
this picture, it's sort of the Kurt Russell from Big Trouble in Little China with the big
Russell
hair.
Crowe. That's who I always mix him up with. Okay.
Russell
Kurt
Crowe.
Yes, yes.
What was the Russell Crowe thing on Family Guy or South Park?
Oh yeah, Russell Crowe
around the
fighting
world.
around the world. He had his tugboat with him.
John Bird, I can't find your Kurt Russell
That's-
deal.
Darn it.
That is so sad.
I wish you could.
Dadgummit. I could have sworn you've got so many photoshopped freaking pictures. I can't freaking find it. Oh well, it's fine. I'm not even worried about it now.
Yeah.
Here's just one example for you, just so you can get the vibe. That's him back in the day.
Oh, you look like the guy from Full House.
John Stamos, I'll take that.
No, that's actually that wasn't.
Oh,
I didn't mean John.
no, don't say it's Joey.
No, the other guy.
The dad?
Well,
It's Dave Coulier.
no, not him either.
No?
Well, who else is there's nobody left?
Yes, there is.
The Olsen twins?
Mary Kate. No, the other guy. I think he did America's Funniest Home Videos
Oh
too.
my God.
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
Oh my gosh.
I don't see Bob Saget on
Are you
that.
serious? Bring it back up. Let's do a side by side. You're out of your mind. Look just
We've
like
heard
Bob
Kurt
Saget.
Russell and we've heard Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys is what we hear
I
about
don't
John.
know who.
All right, you go to her camera and then cut to Bird and go back and forth. Hold on. Ready?
I don't know where my
focus,
camera
go.
is.
Bird, look up at the camera.
There you go.
No, I'm saying you got to compare these two.
Oh, you
photos.
gotta compare. Okay, my
Look,
bad.
tell me that's not.
I'm over here comparing Bird to himself.
Yeah.
I follow directions.
Those
me
two
to
people are the same people.
Here we go. Here we go.
You might have to stand up. Yeah, look at that.
It's trying to airdrop Bob Saget to me because our things are together. I can see it a little bit.
Yeah.
Now I've got Bob Saget
Hurt
being
my
airdropped.
feelings. Tony, I sent you the picture.
That's
I found
not
it.
everybody loved Full House, dude. What do you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, mine wanted to be John Stamos, not the dad.
That's
My
what I meant,
gosh.
actually, John
No,
Stamos.
it's not.
Yes,
Don't lie to me.
it is.
Don't you lie to me,
Look,
Jessica.
here's the picture I was talking about. That's John Bird.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like a movie star.
I could totally see. Yes. Yes. That's good.
And that is a real picture that just happens to have a face-app watermark on it.
Actually, I added the whiskers with one of my bits that I was doing. I didn't have whiskers because they didn't have whiskers back then.
Whiskers?
Yes.
You mean your beard?
No, that's not a beard. Those are whiskers.
I think that's like just a shadow. I don't think that's.
I'd say it's 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
I think
You know
that's
what?
the
We called it whiskers.
That's the title of his PowerPoint presentation before
Yes.
he went on his dates.
Whiskers is
Like
actually
page 1.
Whiskers was the name of the cat that
Whiskers-
killed Boo.
Yeah, Whiskers is the one that killed Boo.
It's all connected.
This is why AI is dangerous.
Yep. Well, you know what? I was going to say that. You know how pleasant that story was, and it talked about golden sun and all that stuff. Every month, if you were to do that same story 6 months from now, it'd be a little darker.
You think so?
Dude, don't get me started. Since 1984, I've been doing research. Within 2 years, we talk about the economy and all this and that. You better be scared of AI,
Okay. All right.
because when it becomes sentient,
Sentient?
What does that
Yes.
mean?
when it becomes self-aware,
Okay.
then
I don't
it
think that's
will-
possible.
Oh, it's possible.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to rile y'all up. Calm down.
It's going to happen.
Oh, it's for real.
It's going to happen,
Sorry.
and it's going to be ugly.
Like
Oh,
a
it's gonna be
Terminator
ugly.
style.
Yes. You know, everybody's like, "Oh, it can't happen." Oh, yes, it can, and it will happen, Jessica.
Okay. I did. Well, I will say I did read a story today that they found like this normal color additive that is commonly used in foods like Doritos.
Mm-hmm.
They realize that they can put it on the skin of a mouse and it makes their skin transparent. And they think they can do it in humans now. So you don't have to have like an MRI that just rubs some on your stomach. You can see all the organs.
And we're ingesting this?
No, you just rub it on your skin.
No,
Like
I'm saying
Doritos?
you're saying you're putting it in. They're putting it in our food.
Well, but sure.
You can
I
rub
guess.
Doritos on your stomach.
Yeah, they're trying to come up with a stronger brand for humans because our skin is
Oh my
thicker.
gosh.
And then you could have like a little portable X-ray.
I bet our organs are invisible because how long have we been eating that stuff?
Well, that's something I never even considered. Also, fun fact: did you know that gray hair is not really gray? It's
color?
clear.
Really?
Google it. It's
What
true.
makes it gray?
It's just a illusion of the light refracting off of it. It's actually
No, that can't be right.
Google it.
Google it.
Google.
Google it. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm
Gray
wrong.
hair is gray hair transparent?
It is strange. It's clear.
But if it says something like AI is analyzing, don't do
Look,
that.
it's actually clear.
Wow.
See that?
Well, what?
I know.
I don't get it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I didn't either. But yeah, I mean, which makes sense because it's
So
got
when
no melatonin in it.
Somebody
or
asked
melatonin.
John Bird what color is his hair. He says clear.
Transparent.
Only right here.
There's a lot going on.
So yeah, this is my life on a daily basis.
Well, that's great. Keeps you young.
It is keeps us both fixty.
Young, dumb, and stupid. Actually, dumb and stupid is the same thing.
And he's been, and I think I used to do this to you to an extent. If he had something going on backstage, like off air,
Yeah, it's hard.
I would always do what I could to drag it out over the airwaves.
Yeah, that's terrible too.
It is
I
the
know.
baddest.
Eventually, you start just boo-hooing and pouring your heart out.
Well, I lie to him a lot. I lie a lot. I mean, see, now thanks to him, I lie all the time. I lie to myself. I'm lying to myself.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, it's survival
Yeah.
skills.
It's a survival instinct that kicks in.
Yeah, I understand.
No, it's pretty much I am who I am.
He is.
I'm not embarrassed.
He's pretty much transparent as a gray hair on the show. So
Shark.
no, it's good.
No, he's
It's a
saying
good thing.
he's saying you're authentic.
Yeah.
You're authentically you.
Well, let's see if I'm authentic Monday. I'm going to the Walmart, and I'm going to get just for men. You wait.
Is that a threat?
Are you threatening me?
You're
with
darn
just for
right.
men?
I'm going to dye the sides of my hair right here.
Just the sides?
Is there a just for men you can do that's not like messy that you could do on the show, like from the producers?
I don't think it's messy anyways.
Is it just is like a marker or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just got like a little comb.
paintbrush thing.
You know, I mean, you don't have to do the whole head.
Okay, so if you get it, don't do it over the weekend. Wait until Monday.
You could even do like streaks, which I think would be a good look.
I used to have when I was in high school. I had blonde streaks. I'd do the blonde streaks in my hair.
Did you use hydrogen peroxide or lemon juice?
I used Walmart's barbershop.
Remember, I had orange hair last year for a while.
Yeah, he did it
Yeah,
for
he
the
did.
Jawbone Jam, I think.
Yeah, I
wasn't
was trying to do the Billy Idol. I got this leather stuff from Timu, and I was trying to do
Everything
the,
he's got comes
the
from
Billy
Temu.
Idol thing, and I didn't know you had to, if you wanted like white hair like Billy Idol.
It goes through stages of.
Yeah, and you have to like like bleach it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I went and I got, I got some whitish, yellowish looking, and I put it in. I'm like, man, this still isn't working. So the day of, I got kind of nervous, so I went to Party City
That's a
and
good
got
move.
the yellow spray, and that didn't work.
Oh.
So then I was trying to make it stick up with some gel.
That's
and
a
my
lot of
head
product.
started burning. I know it was bad, but I still went anyway. But it wouldn't come out.
So when you bleach your hair, you've got to go through phases. It's lifting the color, and so you'll go through an orange phase. So you were almost there. If you had just stuck it out,
Well,
you would have gotten to blonde.
he had to stick with the orange for a good month.
Yeah, I was not going to do it. I was not going to try and dye it again.
Yeah, I understand.
He will go to extreme lengths when there's an occasion where he feels like he needs to dress up as somebody, like a costume.
Oh, I've witnessed it. Yeah.
He goes to extremes on that front.
I've seen you even do this on the podcast before.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's been an elf. He's been a doctor.
Wow.
He's been a rapper.
Oh, okay.
Politician.
That one was good, actually. I like that one. He takes his glasses off and he's like, after a long day in Washington, D.C., of doing drugs.
Drugs and hookers. Pick up a couple of hookers. But no, actually, we've got a guest coming next week, oddly enough.
Do we?
Yes, I think he'll be on here Monday. I've called him. And,
Wait,
he's
on
coming down
our
from DC.
radio show?
On the podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Are you the guest? Like, are you coming dressed as something?
No.
don't.
Oh, the magic
talking
of
about?
podcasting. I don't.
What? Are you?
I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Well, here's what we need to understand is we've got a, and I hate to be time sensitive on this, but Tuesday we've got a debate.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be live streaming that. Do you want to bring your friend in on Tuesday for the debate?
Actually, it would be, as they say, apropos to bring him in on Tuesday.
What
I'll
is
check
that?
and see because he might be doing something with that particular event. So I'll have to check and see.
Oh, that's fancy.
Yeah, but I'll see. I'll see. Actually, he's coming. I've got him a room in my condominium. So
You ever heard about John Bird's condominium? It is. Well, go ahead.
yeah, it's filled with characters. It's how I deal with
her
with
where
my
it's-
mental issues.
tell her where it's
in my
located.
head. It's in my head, and I have different rooms. Like the surgeon's in there. You know, they're all in there, and occasionally they'll come out.
The surgeon.
Like
a
surgeon.
Person?
Would you like to meet the surgeon?
Well, I don't-
No, don't.
Okay, don't.
No. I mean, he'll come out wearing a costume or whatever on the podcast.
Oh,
we had the
okay.
big baby. Remember?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
grown up. He's so big
New
now.
Year's baby. He dressed like he had a diaper on and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
New Year's
okay.
baby. He's
Yeah,
he's like 2. He just
What
turned
else?
2.
What
else
was
have
the
you done?
one where you had
Elf.
the pipe and you were the old Englishman or whatever? What was
Yeah, there was the old Englishman. I also had the hippie gardener.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, he did a hippie when my mom was here in studio,
Okay.
and I was like,
Yeah, I
"Oh
can see
my
that.
god!"
Yeah.
And
And so, do you? All these people are in your house? Is that? In
it is condominium.
Condominium.
I'm sorry, in the condominium.
I don't know when they're going to come forward, But I mean, none of them are killers or anything. Let's not go there. No, they're not.
So this
they're very
is
nice.
like slightly reminiscent of that movie Split. Have you ever seen that? Where the guy, and so as you're talking,
but
that's
all,
kind of what
no,
I'm
no, no.
picturing.
All of my friends, they're nice. They're nice people. They're not like that.
Well, no, I mean he had the pleasant
What are you
ones.
saying? Are you saying that some of them aren't nice?
I mean, only you would know. I'm just.
That's right.
Oh.
Only I would know.
That is such an evil laugh.
Give me a hug, girl.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I can't breathe.
Okay, George.
I knew there was going to be some point near the show where Jessica got completely freaked out by John Bird.
Is this like one of the 24?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Okay, all right.
Don't be ridiculous. There's only 8. My God, it's not
sorry.
crazy.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Anyway, I think we've overstayed our time on this podcast. So,
great.
what we do when we end the podcast, by the way, is we get final words, and it is could be advice, could be a quote that's meaningful to you, whatever it is, you offer up to the audience. Final words. So you think about that. We'll go with Tony Gump.
Okay.
And Tony, what's your final words?
Final words are thank you, Jessica, for coming and meeting you and all that. It was a pleasure. You have an open invite.
Yes,
Oh,
Lord.
thank you. Oh, round of applause.
All right.
That's exciting.
And make sure everybody stays active, get right with God, and get plenty of water, meat, sunlight, and sleep, and you'll have a good life.
That's right. All of that is 100% true. Jessica, final words.
Oh, I have to go now. Can I go last?
No,
'Cause
you can't go last.
But I don't have anything to say.
Yes, you do. Speak from your heart.
Just speak from the heart.
Support Timu.
Timu.
Whatever.
No,
This
I don't
is-
support him anymore.
What did I say?
You're not a Timu. You call it Timu.
That's because I don't know what that is.
You've never shopped Timu? I mean,
I don't know
Timu.
what that. I thought y'all were making a joke. Is this a thing?
It's like Chinese Amazon with very cheap products.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that sounds exciting. I don't know why I haven't never shopped there before. Great. Chinese Amazon. I'll have to check that out. Support Timu.
Timu. I can't even pronounce it now. Timu.
Timu.
Yeah. But you don't, I mean,
Or don't.
do you have a quote?
Come
or
on,
something?
give us some. Yeah, you're so good at
Just
that.
tell them to go to
You're so good at that.
go to iTunes and download your laugh for
Yeah, see?
$1.20.
You can
Yeah,
put that
see,
in there.
promote
Go
that.
to iTunes right now and download my laugh. $1.29. Thanks for supporting.
It's called
It's called The Goat Laugh. Jessica B.
By Jessica B.
By Jessica B.
Okay.
There you go.
iTunes.
See, you did it. Good job.
So much pressure.
We do it every time. It's,
Yeah, well, I'm used to being the filler in a conversation. I don't begin or end things. That's
Well,
just not
you
my
were.
personality
You're the
type.
middle, because now we got to go to John Bird.
Oh, that's true.
So,
Do you remember the generic brand of Oreos, cream betweens?
cream between.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh. I've actually tried them.
Cream betweens.
Yeah, we did a whole show on generic name brands. That's neither here nor there. I was
Dude,
thinking
no.
about the
See,
Oreo.
now I got to stop. Can we Google weird off-brand names? Cream betweens.
I can't believe you don't remember this. Clearly,
Yeah,
I
food names.
cherished.
Food names.
It explains what it is.
Yeah, it's
Genius.
very descriptive.
Pure genius.
Very descriptive. And you've got instead of there we go. Well, let's not.
Did you?
Okay, all right. Now, yeah,
Just
let's
click the
not,
pictures.
Whoa.
No, don't. Yeah, let's be careful which ones we click there.
Prongles.
Prongles instead of
There's
Pringles.
Deto's.
Deto's instead of
Deto's.
Doritos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
images
let's
here.
move on over there.
What
think
else?
that's-
Legs.
Batello.
Snacks.
Okay. Mega Push.
Super.
Crispy hexagon.
Cat coot. Or cat cock.
Whoa. What's this one? Nutmaster?
Maybe it means nutmeg.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. What else? Don't even read it.
Yeah,
I gotta say it.
take it.
Yeah.
Golden
Golden
Gay
Gate.
Time. Dr. Dazzle.
Borneo.
Cream betweens.
There's cream between.
Oh my
I
gosh.
told you.
Look
Oh,
to the
right here. I see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crispy colors.
Yep.
See, that's
Don't click the one to the right. There's a more Kit Kats that says take it. Snipers.
But
Crispy colors. There's more Golden Gay Time. Hocus Pocus. And what else?
totally
Wow.
thought it was butter.
Dr. Perky. Oh,
Fruity
man.
Hoops.
Oh my gosh.
What's that peanut butter say?
What the?
Oh, instead of Peter Pan, it's just Pan.
Panny.
Panning.
Cream
Or maybe it says
plaid.
panner.
That's like Japanese or something.
You know, the sad thing is there are a bunch of those out there because we will buy them just to save some money.
Dude, we have got to order some of these.
OFC.
Not like that chocolate flavored cream between.
We've got to order some of these.
Get some cream clan and some OFC. Crack sticks. Prim. Pan burger partner.
Thick mints instead of thin mints. They got thick mints.
Oh, that's pretty good.
They also have wheat thicks, but I don't know if that's a real thing.
Let's see. Dr. Bob. Justo snacks.
Fagottini.
Camel balls.
What is that, cheese ball cereal?
You want the noodles. Read that again, John Bird. What's it saying?
Fagottini. No, I don't think so.
There's probably some dialect with it or something. I don't know.
What? Picola.
Picola. Oh, there's a Kit. Is that Kit Kerr?
Yeah.
Why does Kit Kat have so many different names?
I don't know, but they do.
Probably easy to make.
Let's do one more. Fart. I don't know. That is. What does it say?
Cotton.
Dito's shrimp flavored crack. That's good.
Oh, lovely.
And what's the one
What's
with
the
the
cereal with the nuggets? Nutty Nuggets. Okay. That actually looks good.
Okay. Yeah, we actually just bumped out my septic tank, and that's what we found out as well. A lot of corn too.
Oh.
I didn't.
Oh.
Okay.
That's just crazy.
Wrap that one up.
Yeah.
It's probably Japanese.
All right, so back to get on track. John Bird, I need you to get in the middle of the screen. You've been off center the whole time, but that's okay. I forgive you. Final words.
Here we go.
Today, I was kind of worried when I did the John Bird Plays Guitar for the radio because I had chosen a song that not a lot of people knew about. That song was called Clumsy. That's a song by Chris Rice. It talks about though we make mistakes and things in our life, we're not supposed to beat ourselves up because Christ is always there for us.
Yeah.
So it's important to always remember that Christ is there for you. Now, I was going to videotape it because, well, I'm an attention hog. But it turned out I forgot to turn the little camera around and it recorded the wall. Now, that's very important because God reminded me
It's not about you.
that it's not about me, it's about that wall.
Well, that took a turn.
Bravo.
That was good. I'm sorry.
That was
really good.
fantastic.
I was so in that.
Thank you.
And
And
that is,
always wipe. If you don't have toilet paper, ask somebody. If you need to text somebody, I had to do that about a month and a half ago. You know, men are really bad about that. I admire women because they always wipe.
Not now.
But I mean, that's important too. Just, you know, that's who I am.
That's
always
that's
wipe.
great. Yeah, again, second round
Yes,
of applause for
yes.
you, John Bird. That was
Thank you.
fantastic.
So Jessica just learned a lot, you know.
It's a lot to take in when you're around Bird.
Just questioning a lot of my life choices right now. But thank you for that. That was very informative.
Yes, it was.
And descriptive.
Let's not let this be the last time
Absolutely
that you come on this
not.
podcast.
Great.
I'm not
yes.
gonna force you to commit to anything, but
Well, we'll see what
we
happens
will.
in my life after this one airs.
if you don't lose your home and your car and your livelihood and everything, then you
if
can
I
come back.
do, it was worth it.
If you do,
Wow.
It wasn't, but it. I will.
I knew it.
you'll be living on the street eating cream betweens in a cardboard box with shrimp
Oh, my
flavored
goodness.
crack. Okay, we gotta get out of here. We've taken this way too far. All right, until next time, see you guys.